Just before Murders released, I made a video talking about how I was going to retire. The thesis of that video was primarily that if things didn't change significantly for me, that I would probably retire from making daily MTG Arena content on YouTube, and that I thought I had about a year or two left. I think it's important to make a video talking about how it's going and updating you on what's going on with the channel so far here in 2024. So in today's video, I'm going to address three very important points. Number one, this hair. Number two, where's my kitten? And number three, retirement, that thing I made the video about before, and how we are battling the urge to do that with changes that are coming to this channel, changes that will affect your subscription feed and affect this particular brand of content that you have become used to. So let's get right into it. Number one, this hair. I'm getting my hair cut today. This is what my hair looks like with no product whatsoever. This is how long it gets, and I just keep dumping crazy amounts of cream and gel into it to give you the look that you've come to know and appreciate from me. And today I'm not putting any product in it because I'm gonna go get it chopped off in just a little bit. And then the second important point is my kitten. Those of you who watched the update video on the worst possible commander show, the Covert Go Crew channel, it was posted on the other channel. If you don't watch my commander show or haven't before, you probably didn't see this video come out. But the thumbnail was me holding my kitten Maya. The door is open. If the kitten wants to come in, the kitten will come in. She's a headstrong little creature, and she's not the kind of cat you can get to settle in your lap right now. She's too young, too energetic, and too crazy. If she joins us, she will be a part of the video. I did say from now on, when I do the talking videos like this, or especially if I have any bad news to give, I will do it holding a kitten, but I will not do it against the kitten's will. The kitten must choose to be here. We will see. Usually when I start talking, she comes around. So stay tuned for that. That's a good hook. Number three, the important conversation, I suppose you could say, the retirement thing. How is my battle against the urge to quit playing MTG Arena daily going? We've tried a lot of things on the channel. If you've watched all of them, thank you. If you've been supportive, I really, really thank you. There are more new things coming, which is a lot of what this video is all about. I'm going to start by giving you a programming update for this week. I have a live stream on Wednesday for the early access for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. So we're going to be doing that on Wednesday. Videos after that are going to be some interesting ones. Releasing on Wednesday before the live stream starts will be the first edition of Planeswalker Points, which I'll get to what that is in a moment, a different type of video series. Releasing on Friday is a non-MTG Arena gameplay video. Yeah. The first time on this channel, I'm going to play a game that isn't MTG related. That is coming Friday, and I'll get to why, and I'll get to how much of that you can expect in this video as well. Saturday, Sunday, we'll probably have more footage. There'll be a new Worst Possible Commander show coming out this weekend on Sundays. Sundays is when you can expect to see those on this channel going forward, and I'll cover more on that in a minute. And you should also get some Outlaws stuff that we record in early access on the other days between then and next week. On Tuesday of next week is the release of Outlaws of Thunder Junction on Arena for the public, and I'll be doing a live stream on that day as well. That's the plan anyway. That's my plan. So that's really fun. So those are some of the things coming up. Let's get into the gist. How's it going? How's 2024 treating me? It's been weird, but the battle against burnout I represent as primary threat, and my threat assessment says that is the challenge, that I get too just exhausted of the same cards in standard over and over again. A lot of the feedback on my last video was, well, don't play best of one. I like best of one. I never did best of one because it was the most popular format, because it gets the most views. I always did it because I loved it. And I continue doing it often because of the views, but that doesn't mean switching to best of three will fix it. I find best of three very tedious and long, and I like it in rare doses, but I definitely can't do best of 3 on the daily, and I have no intention of doing so. I play best of 3 only because there was no other way to play Magic in my life for almost 20 years. So I've had my share. I don't want any more of that. But in the battle against burning out on best of 1 standard, I found a lot of different things that I can do that have basically made it so I don't foresee retirement as long as I can pursue these things and they find an audience and I can continue to get the funding to support them. All of that coming up. So first of all, the daily MTG Arena, like every day getting an MTG Arena video that's almost the same length using a different deck, is going to be changing to more like a daily MTG video. And I'm following an MTG lifestyle. If you watch the video on Covert Go Crew, you know this already. When I started this channel, I was very much playing Duels of the Planeswalkers every day and playing a different deck every day. Playing a different Duels deck every day was an extension of my lifestyle. The same for Arena. When we got into Arena, it was the same. When we got into Pandemic, it was definitely the same. I was at home every day and I was playing Arena every single day, building decks and trying them out on ladder. It was very much an extension of me, always has been. And it turned into a product somewhere along that journey. And turning what you love and kind of your lifestyle into a product is almost unintentional. It creeps up on you. You don't really realize it till one day you're like, oh God, I don't actually always enjoy that anymore. I want to do something different with my life, but I can't because now this is what I do. And in content creation, that creates almost an existential crisis. You can see it in the other videos from people who are retiring from YouTube that have come out this year. And it certainly has hit me. I think that's a lot of where that last video came from. The battle against it, I've found a few weapons. To continue to make MTG content that isn't all MTG Arena, that isn't all best of 1 MTG Arena standard specifically. And it's going very well. I'm really enjoying the new challenges. So we're going to lean into that, and this is going to become more of an MTG lifestyle channel because it's going to follow the things that I find exciting about Magic the Gathering on a regular basis. It won't always be standard best of 1, and I'm sorry to those of you who want more of that and never get sick of it. Someday I believe that you will understand where I'm coming from, but hey, it's an addictive game and some of us get in the trenches and it takes us years to get out. And this is me kind of realizing that there's more to the game that I love and that I can do it. That's an important part. I look at a lot of the things on YouTube that people do and say, that's not for me. I can't do that, but I can, or at least I can try. I'll get into that. So first up, the things that you may have noticed and that are by far the most successful are the collaboration videos that are going with Raren, at least from a views perspective. Thank you very much to everybody who's embraced those. They're a lot of fun. Raren's a cool guy. I absolutely love just talking to him about new Magic cards that he's never seen before, but they're very old Magic cards to me and to many of us. I like getting to share what I love about my hobby with somebody who is new to it to see if they vibe with it, and he certainly does. And the audience seems to. I expect to do more of those as long as he's willing. I don't think it'll become weekly, but we are recording together more and more often. And you should also follow his channel because we're doing a lot of content for his channel. Every time we record a video for my channel, we are recording one for his as well. So you should go check out his channel. He's awesome. I expect more of that to happen. I certainly enjoy it, and it seems like you guys too. The response has been amazing. The second project that I'm really passionate about right now is Planeswalker Points, or the lore videos, or the first one was the Fallout video. That's the only one that's released at the time that you'll watch this. There will be a new one tomorrow, and I'm excited to share it with you. But these are closer to a more documentary style, a lot of voiceover work, some really cool on-screen like entertainment, and I really like these. I hope that they are successful. It feels like something I wanted out there. I wanted something that summed up either for Universes Beyond. I wanted to know what I need to know as a Magic player about this property if I never played the Fallout games, for example, or played Final Fantasy, which is coming out, or Assassin's Creed, which is coming out. I wanted a video that caught me up to speed, and I couldn't find one, so we're trying to make it. It's adventure for me. Voiceover in general is something I'm trying a lot more of this year. It's a skill, it's a challenge, and I love it. So there's going to be more of that. The next one coming up is focused on the lore for the Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and I think you're really going to like it. We have a Trixie subject as the star of our episode, and that will be coming out, if you're watching this the day it releases, tomorrow, before my live stream for the early access of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. The next thing that I'm doing is moving the Worst Possible Commander show here home to the Covert Go Blue channel. I made a whole video about why I'm doing that. It's on the Covert Go Crew channel. If you didn't watch that, it can be summed up kind of quickly, but you could also go watch that video. Now that it lives here, I can just focus on funneling traffic from magic sources and non-magic sources to this channel, and they find that there is Commander gameplay, and if they fall in love with Commander, that is cool, and they have something to watch here on this channel instead of only digital magic. And let me tell you, I really do love the Commander show, and I love the people working on it, and I'm excited to share it again with you guys. It used to live here, it moved, now it's coming back. It's coming back. And another important thing about it is I think it represents the lifestyle. I am no longer a player who wants to sit in my hole playing Arena forever. I like to social and hang with my friend group and throw down in Commander a good amount of the time. So if I'm playing Arena like 5-6 days a week and then going to game night and throwing down in Commander, I think that represents the goal of the lifestyle channel that I was shooting for. Okay, Worst Possible. Other big news. I have been shooting the Worst Possible Commander show at Lantern Games in Traverse City, Michigan. It's been a delightful time. The store is closing. Sad. This was in motion before I came up with the solution, which I'm going to share with you. But they came to me telling me, we're selling the store. The store is closing. We're going to find a new place to film. It'll be all right. And the conversation circled a little bit to what if Covert Go Blue rents the store and they run a production company for the Worst Possible Commander show, and we keep the space and we turn it into a studio. So we are creating, Covert Go Blue and Lantern Games are creating a studio for filming live Magic content, and I'm so like pumped to see how it turns out. So you will see more changes coming to the Worst Possible Commander show. I know there have been a good amount this first month already. That's us playing, that's us experimenting, that's us trying to find the perfect mixes. And as the tech and the space gets improved over the next few months, transformed from the game store into a working studio, you're going to see more changes. But we're on a mission, we're on a goal, and there's going to be a home for this content, a physical home to make paper content. And I have no idea what other doors that will open. I'm excited about many of them. I have thoughts for other types of content. But for starters, we have a space that we are developing to make the best Commander show that we can. And on top of that, after the studio is ready, we are bringing in guests. So I've set aside a budget for this year to bring in guests and have them on the show. Some special names that you've seen on other Commander shows or in other Arena channels playing Commander on the show. And it's going to be a ton of fun. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. I've taken a lot of the money. Frankly, it's the money that I made doing the MTG Arena videos on the official channel. I've taken that money, I've set it aside. We're pouring it into trying bigger things with the Commander show and with the channel in general as it relates to paper Magic. So I'm excited about that. We'll see if it, if it goes where I hope it will, to the moon, let's say. On that note, Patreon. If you are a patron of the channel, thank you. I don't advertise it much, and some of you have stayed there for a really long time. You are amazing. I am trying to do as much of this as possible with sponsor money and ad revenue as much as I possibly can. It's not that it honestly is that I want to see if I can fund it without Patreon. I think everybody else who does things at this scale has a Patreon, and we may have to go there. If I relaunch the Patreon, it will be to continue doing awesome things that I think you guys love. I'm doing everything I can to support it with other sources. And it honestly is that I just really want to see if it can be done, because I've never been great at Patreon. I've never been great at following through on rewards, at making people feel as special as they should be made to feel. I'm aware that is an issue with me, and I'm willing to hire somebody to kick me in the butt and make sure I do the Patreon stuff, but I haven't found a way to do it well. It is a fault that I have as a creator, and if I do go back to a Patreon by the end of the year, it will be because we absolutely have to, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to finance the show and all these improvements in other ways. I've been blessed by the amount of watch time and amount of money that you guys have generated for me through the ad system, and I'm going to try to put that to work first. MTG Arena content. Does this mean that MTG Arena on the channel is dead? Oh my God, there's not enough MTG Arena content on my MTG Arena channel. Maybe. No. I love Arena. Arena's still probably the best way to play Magic ever made. That you can sit down anywhere, anytime. You can have it on your phone, in your pocket, and play a game of Magic the Gathering. That would have been insane to me when I was growing up. And I love Arena. I really do. It, in my heart, no matter how tired I get of it, I can't, give up on it. And I don't think I'll ever hate it. This will still be mostly an MTG Arena channel, I feel. I think that you're going to get 5 to 6 videos of MTG Arena content a week most of the time. One of those will be on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. Many of you know about that channel. Many of you are aware. That channel is going to be releasing a video from me, CGB, every Saturday for the rest of the year. They signed me up, which is awesome because that's more of the corporate ding money that I can use to finance other projects. But they won't keep renewing me or keep me around on the channel if you guys don't watch it. So if you love daily MTG Arena content, and if you're one of the ones complaining or sweating that this is going to change your content routine, the same type of video is going to be posted every Saturday on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. So make sure that you watch those videos, please, because if those views stay high, they keep renewing me. If they keep renewing me, there's corporate money to do fun things and projects. All right, cool, good deal. So yeah, I still expect MTG Arena, maybe not always standard, but I expect MTG Arena to make up 5 to 6 videos a week, including the one on the official MTG Arena channel. I think 2 to 3 days a week will be other projects, and 4 to 5 will be MTG Arena gameplay. So still the heartbeat of the channel, still a regular part of the channel, but the way I want to approach it is this. When the format is fresh and we are trying cards and things that I haven't tried, we're going to be doing a lot of standard. When the format is not fresh, like for the last 2 weeks, the way I want to look for it is I want to make the video that I feel like needs to be made. I often wake up, sit down and think, well, I could brew another control deck with 4 cut downs and go from there, 4 March of Otherworldly Lights, go from there. And I don't think the world needs that video. Maybe it's fine for a daily routine for many of you, but as far as like just bringing something that somebody else couldn't do or isn't doing to the platform, I just don't see a need for it. Whereas like the Voja video that I just made, I felt like I did need to make that video. A lot of people on Twitter are complaining about that wolf, and I think that like showcasing its power on MTG Arena is just kind of a fun extension of the greater like community vibe. Anytime that there's a deck out there that is like absurdly broken, I might try it, even if it's in other formats. And I'll probably do a lot more Brawl than Standard once Standard is played out, like probably for 2 to 3 weeks. I bet I'll do all Standard. And then after that, look for Sweet Commanders or bigger formats like Timeless, where something busted is going down, and try to showcase that. That I don't think will be too surprising, but I'm not locking myself into, okay, I gotta play Standard today every day for the views like I used to. We're spreading it out. The last thing, and I alluded to this in the beginning. Oh my gosh. I am scared about this, and that's probably a good thing. If it scares me, that's gotta be good. On Friday, it will be the first video on this channel that isn't MTG related. It's a different game by a different company that many of you may or may not play. I am so nervous about launching this because I know exactly what the feedback will be. I know what the comments will be. I've been a part of this for years. I've seen it on other channels. I know you guys are gonna like pop off. Some of you are gonna lose it, especially when you see what it is. That's a hint. But I'm really excited about it, and I will tell you, it is going to, again, I talked about like the funding, you know, that the corporate money and how that helps me do more creative things and build more things that I think you guys will like. This is another one of those situations where, for one thing, I did have a lot of fun. If the game's not fun, I'm not going to play it. Like, I'm not going to release it. If it's literally just me just being miserable, that's not coming out. Two, the opportunity, right, to try to finance other things. I brought in, we're doing the studio that needs to be financed. I brought in a whole bunch of editors. I have a Discord now for my editors. I think there's 5 editors in there right now getting work done on various projects. Like, these people need to be paid. These things, it's very much becoming Covert Go business. And Covert Go business needs income sometimes. Sometimes I gotta hustle. I don't expect this to be common. Like I said, this is the first one. I haven't done a game that isn't MTG related on this channel, I don't think, ever. That's 6 years of dedication. I don't expect it to be more than once a month. I don't even expect it to be like every 2 months, to be honest. I think it only to be a couple times a year. I stress this because I want you guys to give it a chance, and I don't, like, I'm trying to get ahead of the comments that are just gonna freak out about this, because I love you guys, but y'all get dramatic, and I hate the feeling of letting you down. Part of what keeps me going, making a daily video every day, is that I know that you guys are out there, that there's a certain expectation or hope around my content. I don't like letting you down. I love trying to delight and surprise you. I do not want to let you down. That said, I hope that you've built up some trust in me and that you will check out some of these things and see if they're for you. If they're not, I accept. Well, there'll be another video tomorrow. It'll be okay. But they might be. So you should give it a shot and see what happens. I know I am looking forward to seeing what happens. That's the update. Am I retiring? Short version. Not if this continues. Not if I can continue to find really exciting things that I can do. If all of this falls on its face and none of my other projects are as successful as I want to, I can go back to Daily Arena, and I'll do that just long enough to make enough money to retire, right? That's the risk, is that I'm only doing it for the money. But as long as I can find these exciting projects and build stuff like this, I think there's a good chance we can keep this going, at least as a daily video channel, and the MTG Arena videos as a part of it. Like, you know, 4 to 5, 5 to 6 times a week, kind of the heartbeat of the deck, to do steady, but then hitting you with hopefully some really sweet stuff a couple times a week that you find entertaining. Anyway, that brings me to the end of this video. Maya did not make an appearance. My hair is going to go get cut. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.